What's going on, everybody, ladies and gentlemen? This is Brad, aka Echo Frost, aka I'm not actually sure what else they call me, and I don't know if I want to know. Today we continue our Fare Thee Well playthrough. When we left off, we had a nice, lovely conversation with Emmeline in the bar, but apparently I still don't tell her my secret, which I guess we don't technically know yet. So let's hop right in. But the conversation brims with life anyway. I've not spoken like this to someone in a long time. I've not felt this way about someone in a long time. The night is long and full of joy. We keep each other's companies, talking until we're the only ones left in the bar. Under the cover of the winter storm, under the dim bar lights, under the drowsy spell of insomnia, we talk and talk and talk until we can talk no more. Guess we're still in the bar. Holy hell, you two have been sitting here and talking the whole night long. The bar's closing now. You're going to have to head on out. I'm sorry, sir. I hope we weren't a bother. You're fine, young lady, but you should have this young man escort you home. You've had a long night. But I'm not drunk. I can speak perfectly fine, see? Yes, and it's unnerving considering how much you've had to drink. The bartender turns to me and gives me a wise, slow nod. The bartender knows what up. Best wingman, N.A. Not gonna lie. I'll get her home safe. The snow has finally stopped, leaving behind a sleepy town draped in white. The snow is thick, cold, soft like the stuff of dreams. It feels like the ground itself is sleeping, drifting in time and space and frozen in winter silence. Dormant like a slumbering beast waiting to awaken in the snow melt. That's kind of odd to say. It almost tripped me up really bad. Its heart stilled by the seething cold. Like Emmeline and I are the only two waking people on the face of the entire earth. Emmeline grins at me smugly. My knight in shining armor, are you going to escort me home and protect me from all the evil monsters? I refuse to play into her game. Yes, I swear to always safeguard you from the evil that plagues the town of Cedar, Maine. Sub-zero temperatures and poorly paved roads. They really are so poorly paved. Yes, I've noticed. Your motel is across a bridge, right? My castle is, yes? Oh, this is cute. Right, let's go on ahead. And so we were off. Together we strolled in the cold, huddling close to each other for warmth. Thankfully, the walk wasn't too long. We talk all the way to Emmeline's motel. I didn't. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I get really click happy in these, despite having done nothing but for hours already at the bar. By the way, Emmeline. Yeah, what is it? I was wondering if you knew what the meaning of the song you sang tonight was. The first one, that is. What, Loch Lomond? I still don't know if I'm saying that right. Oh no, that's the one. It's Scottish, that's all I know. My mother taught it to me, she said, just like her mother taught it to her. She taught me a lot of the folk music I know, really. I was never as big into the heritage as she was. But to answer your question, no. I guess I don't know what it's about. I just sing the words. A folk singer who doesn't know what her songs are about? I like the songs. I love how they sound. I just don't know the traditional meanings behind each and every one of them. I suppose that's fair. But Loch Lomond, right? Isn't that about two people traveling down different roads? At surface value, yes. Oh god, this guy's kind of a prick here. But but here, you see, in Scottish tradition, it is believed that when a Scot dies while abroad, their soul will walk the earth to return to the mother country, so that the deceased may rest in their homeland. The road that these wandering spirits use to return to Scotland is called the Low Road, as mentioned in the song. The regular corporeal roads that living people like you and I use are the high roads. The high road belongs to the living, the low road to the dead. That belief is what the song centers around. That's a bit depressing, don't you think? Quite the contrary. This guy talks oddly. I don't like him. Quite the contrary. Think about what the lyrics are saying. You sing from the perspective of a Scot who has died while traveling in a foreign land. You lament that although the passage of time has taken your friends and your lover away from you, you will finally be able to end your journey and return to your home, where you can finally rest in peace. Ellipses. I don't know. That's still very depressing to me. I don't think so. I think it's bittersweet. The journey of the singer has come to an end, but now that it's over, they can return to where they belong. I don't know. Personally, I love the song. Sometimes I feel like I take solace in it. You find comfort in a song that tells you you're going to die? I do. We all die, and every death is an ending. But what the song tells me is this: when my time comes, it'll be when I have done all I can in my life. I will have found what I was searching for, and I will have brought it home with me. It tells me will that will be my end. Not that I'll be stuck like I am, unchanging, constantly moving, always searching. This person I am right now is in constant flux, and the days of my life are numbered with a clear beginning and a fateful end. I don't see any problem in that. In fact, considering neither of us have slept all night, some rest sounds like exactly what we need right now. Emmeline goes quiet. She takes in everything I say. Ellipses. Yeah, I suppose you're right. We could both use some rest. More ellipses. Ellipses again. Ellipses the third time. You know, maybe not. Just before we reach the motel, Emmeline stops me in my tracks. She points off to the side of the path, where a small park lies unlit in the snow. Hey. Smiley face. Is something wrong? No. She's acting incredibly meek. Did I say something I shouldn't have? Ellipses. There's a cute little park here where I come to sit sometimes. It's on top of a big hill, and if you're seated on the benches, you can watch sunrise and sunset from here. It's beautiful. I like to sit and watch the sunrise here, with you. Aww. If you'd want to do that, dude. Who wouldn't? She wants to watch the sunrise with me? Emmeline, don't mess this up, man. Emmeline, it's late. I take it back. I'm starting over. Emmeline, it's late. We should really get you to your room. Emmeline points to the sky. It doesn't look like the sun is about to rise. Violet and pink hues are starting... Oh, it does look. Not doesn't. It does look like the sun is about to rise. Violet and pink hues are starting to show in the sky, shining in fair ripples in between the clouds. See, we might as well just stay outside the whole night. She laughs softly. It looks like we just did anyway. She's right. It had completely gone unnoticed, but we really had spent the whole night together. A new day was about to dawn. I had forgotten how quickly time could pass when you're with a certain kind of person. When you're with someone like Emmeline. You're right. Looks like we stayed up the whole night together. I chuckle. We are horribly irresponsible. Emmeline laughs more. Just a little bit. We find a bench overlooking the hillside. I wipe the snow off it with the sleeve of my coat. We sit down close to each other for warmth. Emmeline pulls herself even closer to me, tugging at my arm. She leans her head on my shoulder and shuts her eyes. You don't mind, do you? I'm so tired. I think I'll rest my eyes for a while until the sunrise starts. It's always a bad thing. Whenever you hear "rest your eyes," that means they're just sleeping. It's always a bad gig. It's fine. I think I'll do the same thing. I close my eyes and rest my thoughts. It's been a wild night, and I'm so tired. Ellipses. 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 God, Jesus. I feel like they're excessive. I love them. They're fun to say. Like, the word ellipses is amazing, but Jesus. Hey, Emmeline. Yeah? I'm going to tell you a story. It's a short story, but it's a complicated one. It's an important one. At the end of the story, you're going to have to decide what happens next. I want you to be completely honest with me when I ask you to do that. Alright? Emmeline yawns. Alright. Alright. I hope I'm making the right choices here. How do I even begin to explain? Say in the world there's a young man out there who's been given the gift of eternal youth. At first that young man was amazed. He was filled with joy. He was forever young, forever handsome, and forever strong. The passage of time had no effect on him. It didn't chip away at him like it did everyone else he knew. He spent some time loving this new life of his until he realized that the gift he'd been given was, in the end, a curse. Eventually, the young man saw what the passage of time could really do. He saw all the people he cared about wither away, one by one. Family, friends, lovers. He could have done nothing but watch as each and every one of them fell into the grip of death from which he had been spared. He saw the places he knew as a child crumble into dust, forgotten, thrown away like false memories. First he lost his home, then his people, then his own way of life. He was forced to escape, to break out and enter into a new world where he did not belong. He felt lost in that new world, hopeless, alone, forgotten. But eventually he got used to it. He realized there wasn't any point in wallowing in despair at the life he'd been given. And so he started to rebuild. He gave himself a new life, a new identity. But he lived knowing that there was one thing he could never do. He could never stay in one place for too long. If he did, he knew he would build bonds. He would form memories with the new places he found and the new people he met. He would make friends. He would feel emotions all over again in all their full intensity. And that was something he could not afford, because he knew any bond he built would only would come only crashing down upon him in the end. The more people he came to know, the more people whose departures would hurt him. The more time he spent in any one place in the world, the more pain he was damning himself to suffer. He was truly cursed. All he could do was run farther and farther and farther, as far as he could go towards infinity. As long as time continued to pass, he suffered the life of a wanderer destined to be alone. But one night he meets someone. And that someone makes him feel some way he has not felt since before his journey ever began. Someone special, someone like him, who understood him, who felt his pain, who knew how it felt. Click happy again. He knew how it felt to endure. He thinks he's found someone that could teach him how to love again, but he knows if he stays there with that person he found, he will only hurt them in the end. Because if he stays with that someone, they will age and he will not. They will die and he will not. And in his failure to die, he would rob them of their chance at a normal life. He would take their life as his own, and in the end, he will find himself all alone again. What does he do then? What choice does he make? Does he stay or does he leave? Does he chase the chance at true emotion, even if he knows in the end it'll cause only despair? Tell me, what choice does he make? Ellipses. Ellipses. What choice does he make, Emmeline? What choice do I make? Oh, the cursed man is him, the wayfarer. What a surprise. Ellipses, ellipses, ellipses. Times 3. Emmeline? I open my eyes. I see the sun has begun to rise. To my side, Emmeline is fast asleep. Oh my god, she fell asleep during our story? How rude. We sat all night listening to her ramble on, and she didn't even stay up to listen to us. That's not even fair. I take a long final look at her. She's so beautiful. It's a little creepy. Her heartbeat pulses through her skin, through her dress, though, through her coat, through all the... The sentence is giving me a real hard time. We're going to start over. Her heartbeat pulses through her skin, through her dress, through her coat, through all the way to me. I can feel it drum steadily against me. I can feel it throb over and over again, full of such amazing life. I watch her breath freezing as it comes out in the crisp, cold air. Her skin is soft and warm to the touch. I think of her and how she treated me, a stranger who hadn't even told her his name, with nothing but kindness. This is a real person beside me, with a real heart pumping real blood, with real emotions and real thoughts, and the most beautiful voice I've ever heard in my life. This is Emmeline. And no matter how greatly I long to be with her, I cannot stay with her, and she cannot stay with me. It was never meant to be. I stand up carefully, holding her still to make sure she doesn't wake up. Once I'm off the bench, I set her down to be as comfortable as I can make her. Thankfully, it's warming up, and I think she'll wake up soon after I leave. Just in case, I take off my coat and wrap it around her to make sure she's warm enough. I glance at the sunrise out on the horizon. I can't bear to look at it too long. I turn back, gaze at her one last time. The girl in the green dress, sleeping on the park bench. If only things had been different, then... Dun dun dun. I begin to walk away. I stop myself from looking back. Emmeline. Sorry. And, I think it's a pretty good stopping point. I don't actually remember if there's any more commentary after this, but I guess we'll find out next time. Thank you everybody for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like, a comment below, subscribe even if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see everyone next time. Bye bye.